Hello YouTube, this is Stuart here with Siggy Stick Reviews. Today we are talking about the Morph tank. This tank is completely different than all the other tanks because it can morph into 3 different tanks, or rather it can use 3 different heads from 3 other brands. So it is the Morph tank by Pro and Eciggity. They send you these Morph adapters for the 3 different brands. Currently inside the one that I'm using is the Atlantis. This right here is what's sent inside it already. It is an RBA section, and it says RBA on it, so that's how you know. Then you also have the Delta 2, and then you have the Sub Tank by Kanger. Okay, and from what I understand, they are working on coming out with some other brands as well. So you can look forward to that. And the price range on this is ridiculous. You can get it anywhere between $40 to $60 depending on where you look online. And it's a great tank. You know, if you use the Atlantis heads, it's just going to be like as if you were to use the Atlantis tank. If you use the Delta 2 heads, it's going to be like you were using a Delta 2 tank. If you're using the the sub tank, it's just like the sub tank. And then of course if you're using the RBA section, then it's however you build it yourself. Inside the box, it comes with the tank itself, this little guide on how to interchange each one from morph it from one to another. It also comes with organic cotton and a coil, which I believe is a 1 ohm coil. Then it comes with this drip tip here. It says Morph on it. Then you get this nifty little keychain here, which has the hex screw. Then it's got a flat head, and then it can also turn into a Phillips head, which comes in handy when you need it, and you can just put it on your keychain so you don't have to lose it. Like all those blue and now clear, I don't know why they're doing clear screwdrivers now. And then also, just like with every other one, you got extra screws and O-rings. Alright, let's get this stuff out of the way now so we can look at the Morph tank itself. Okay, so here's the Morph tank. Alright, it's got a pretty nice size drip tip here that it comes with as well. And then you've got this plexiglass or Pyrex glass right here. Let me take it off of this real quick. Just like with the Delta 2 here, except the Delta 2 has 4, but this has slightly bigger holes. You got 2, 1 on each side that you can open or shut off depending on how much airflow you want on it. I always leave mine wide open. I leave everything wide open on all of mine. Here in a few, I'm gonna take it apart and then show you how to switch out from one to the other. The only thing that I really don't like on this tank here is they're like little rivet things that they feel kind of sharp. But other than that, this is a really well-built tank. So if you're like me and I've got the Atlantis and the sub tank and the Delta 2, and you want to be able to do all 3 of those heads, and because like me, I switch from one to the other depending on what I feel like for the day, then this is the best ideal thing for you, because then you don't have to have all 3 of those tanks. It's just one tank and you can switch fairly easily from one to the other. And it hits pretty well too. Like I'm sitting here on 80 watts, 5.2 volts, 0.3 ohms. Very, very, very nice. The flavor is really good for a sub tank, because flavor is always going to come from an RDA before it's going to come from a tank, but this tank is actually pretty good as far as flavor is concerned. So now that we've gone over all of the normal specs, then I'm going to pause for a second and take it apart to show you how to switch from one to the other. Alright, so to change them out, you unscrew the bottom piece, like so. Unscrew the top piece, like this, alright? And then you have two pieces that unscrew. You've got this piece right here, okay, and this piece down here that unscrews like this. So that's the Atlantis right there. And then you take your Morph adapters, and let's say that I want to use the sub tank. So I'm going to grab the sub tank ones, put my Atlantis ones back, then I take the smaller piece, the chimney, and screw that in here. One second, this isn't wanting to come out. Alright, so you take your chimney, and you screw that in there. So there's the chimney. Then you take the bottom piece, with the other bottom piece, and you screw that in down here at the bottom. Okay, and then what you would do is you would screw screw in the coil down here at the bottom, and once you do that, you take your metal piece here, screw that on, and then take the top piece, screw it on. Ta-da! And then you've got that, and then you just exchange each chimney and bottom piece out for whichever coil that you're going to use for the day. It's that simple. It's not hard at all. It's very convenient, and I'd say this is like one of the most innovative tanks that we've had on the market in a long while. That's it for today's review. Thank you for watching, and join us again next time.